By the way, am I audible to you all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You're audible, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. As Sir said, I was lucky enough to be part of the learning wherein I was involved in filing around 9 patents, one copyright, one trademark, and this is among many of the series of guest lectures and webinars on this particular topic, IPR and patents. And so that gives me, I think, some learning has happened, and I'm always passionate, to transfer this information, uh, do the knowledge transfer to all the participants, to all the colleagues, to all the friends, and I'm always ready for that. Now, just many of us academicians, I just like to why I'm highlighting all this, not to say or not to show that I am great, just to show that I am a faculty in a private engineering college, just like you, and some interest, some passion towards this IPR journey could create results like this, wherein you can give multiple webinars, you can publish multiple patents and trademarks and copyrights and so on. And I can also say how easy it is for you to publish your patents and copyrights and trademarks. I'll just go on giving you few examples, then we'll switch over to the topics. I'll just let me show you. So is it visible on the screen? My screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah, you can see this. The copyright of Office of India has given me a registration number, wherein it has given me that I have this copyright for this title. Okay, so I have this copyright file for this title. So what I did, how I got the copyright for this, it's very simple. Why it is simple? Because I had written a book, and this book I had written with my friend, as you can see, which is available in Amazon, by name Golden Steps and 5 Years to Success. And this book, once it was written, we had copyrighted it. So what you can immediately do is, you might have written a book, or you might have written your thesis of MTech or thesis of your PhD. That PhD book or MTech book can be converted into a copyright. What can be copyrighted is anything, the way you express, the if you write a small poem also, even your notes which you referred from multiple books. Let us say you're teaching a subject called as data science, and you might have referred 10 12 books right from Mizari to Nina to all other data science authors, but you made a fantastic compilation of that, and that becomes unique, so that can be copyrighted. Even on a small paper, you have your life's learning, just what you learned from that, and what is the message you're passing on to the new generation, that can also be copyrighted. A piece of paper can be copyrighted. So I just shown you the example of what can be copyrighted. So copyright is basically related to dramas and movies and music and singing and books and novels and literary work, non-fiction work, these kind of things. So you can also, I'll show you one more, and you can just say, are you able to see this? This is a trademark. So the trademark registry office has given me a trademark number, and you can see I had filed this on 2021. Is it not? So let us see. The trademark is in my name, Dr. Rajesh Kulkarni, right? So what this trademark is, and it is for what? The trademark is for this logo which I had designed. Okay. So this logo, did I design? No, my designer has designed. But this logo belongs to what? This logo belongs to a small publication house which I run by name Uva Publication. Are you getting it? So even a logo, small logo which was designed, you can see I got a trademark for that. You can just simulate this. You can design something. So this. Then coming to the list of patents which I claim to have published, how do you see this?
హలో రికార్డ్ చేస్తున్నా మేడం ఓకే
Could go to your final year project groups, project coordinator, just have a talk with him, and all those projects ensure that, let us say there are 12 to 15 groups. So you have a ensure that all those projects are patentable and convert them into a patent. The second thing which I'm going to talk also in my talk again is your institution, your college, unless it has a patent policy, a document in writing and in religiously implementation, the journey of patent in academic institutions will not be that great. Okay, so let us come to us my small talk which I compiled in my PDF. Let me check where is the PDF. Give me a minute. This is what it is. This is the title: Significance of IPR in Research and Academics. Yeah. Now comes. Have a look at this gentleman, and you can have a wild guess, or if you know, you can just tell me who this gentleman is.
Edison.
Fantastic. And who said that, sir?
Guru sir.
Hi, sir. Guru Prasanna, sir. Thank you. And you're perfectly right. This is Thomas Alva Edison. This is one scientist who never left my childhood, right? Since my childhood, it was carved in my mind and heart. And thus, he is a big scientist, Thomas Alva Edison, who is responsible for that light bulb under which we study and which we we use light and all related things. That's what is carved in our minds, right? All of us since our childhood. So for me, the image of Thomas Alva Edison was like this. It was maybe 100, 200 years back. It was there were no facilities, no technology. He was one small child who was sitting in a small, how do we say, small house in a small cabin, and he was doing his work, and he came out with all these wonderful inventions. So this is what I carried the remembrance of Edison for me. But as my journey to talks on patents and IPR and my learning on patents and IPR went on, this image had got a crack. So for me, Thomas Alva Edison is no longer a child from a small village and who is sitting in a small house and did all the research work on his own. For me now, Thomas Alva Edison is a businessman. Thomas Alva Edison is a entrepreneur. Thomas Alva Edison had a company. Thomas Alva Edison had lot of employees working for him. So we know that Thomas Alva Edison had more than 1,000 patents in his name. We know that Thomas Alva Edison has more than 1,000 patents in his name, but we rarely, at least me, I rarely could connect the dots that this is highly impossible for an individual to do all that. It is only possible if he has a huge support system. So that huge support system was his entrepreneurial zeal, his curiosity. He was an entrepreneur. He was a businessman, as well as he had a curious bent of mind. He has a scientific bent of mind. He has a technical bent of mind. He who experimented with since beginning, whatever the petty jobs he did, whether it was as a he did multiple jobs since his childhood. Since he was 10 years, 12 years old, he was a like newspapers he used to sell. Then he used to work in telegraph office. Then he used to work in railways. Wherever he went, he experimented with the machines. He tried to come out with innovative solutions. So that's what, for me, a learning of how image of Thomas Alva Edison change. Now, second thing is we always know that we remember Thomas Alva Edison, okay, as he invented bulb or he invented phonograph or he invented motion pictures or he invented thousands of such things. Why we remember him? Because he published, he propagated whatever he did. So that is most important. It may happen that at the same time there may be hundreds or 500s of millions of scientists or researchers working on the same problem. They might not have got the same visibility as Edison. There may be other people who are also working on light. They might have just missed the chance by maybe a day, uh, be- because he was the first to publish. So this is the significance of publishing. This is the significance of publication, and this is the significance of researchers connecting the dot with publications. Researchers, so you do not just do, you publish, you propagate, you say this is good, you say this is useful to the society, you also say this is done by me. These are the multiple aspects I learned from my IPR journey. So that's why for me Thomas Alva Edison is a uh, very suitable example wherein I can say that because he published, because he propagated, because he was a businessman, because he was an entrepreneur, we still remember after he died, after maybe hundreds of years. He died in what, 1931? Here it is. This is my Wikipedia content. So we still remember him, right? So if you look at when he was born, so and look at the number of patents in different domains: 389 patents on lamps and electrical power, 195 on phonographs, 150 on telegraphs, 141 on batteries, 34 on telephones, and so on and so forth. So I just mentioned the highlighted things from the Wikipedia content. He was a businessman. He was an inventor. He was involved in motion picture camera, phonograph, light bulb. Okay, he established a research laboratory. I call him it a company. So he had employees. These are his employees, and he called his employees as muckers. So, what is the importance of these employees? They were interns, they were college dropouts, and they also had curious bent of mind. They also were passionate. They were also interested in learning new technological innovations. So these kind of, he got surrounded himself with these kind of crowds. So he attracted these minds, and they worked for very less salary. They were his employees. They used to work weekly more than 55 hours, and they used to get less than workers wages also. He used to call them muckers. So are you remembering why now? Will you connect the dots now? Why Thomas Alva Edison is successful or still remembered even after hundreds of years? He'll be remembered another 1,000 years also. And the reason being, the others are not remembered. They also might have been involved. They also might have been involved in all these journeys, right? So that's what is the significance of publication. That's what is the significance of publishing. Okay. Hopefully you got the message. Now coming to these are few of the figures. By the way, just remind me or ping me if there is something is wrong with my voice or something is wrong with my content. If it is not visible, just for confirmation. Hope I am audible and hope the screen is visible. Somebody respond.
Yes, sir. Audible and visible, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. If you, I don't know, I got these figures from Pat's here. Okay. So you can see the Indian scenario. This is again old figure. I could extract till 1819. Around 15,000 patents granted. And these are the top assignees. Qualcomm's to Ericsson to, okay. And these are the number of applications filed, 28,000 some change. These are the design registrations filed, 3,138. And if you look at the share of the universities in India, the share of universities in India is 1227, which is nearly 2.5%, very less share. So that's what the firms have, the biggest share, which is 84.86%, and next comes the individuals, which is 9.55%. And if you look at this green, you can see the institutions. The share of the institution is very less, and I'd like to speak about that. But before that, again, I have a question. Uh, I hope you are seeing the top applicants in the Indian scenario. This is the Indian scenario, okay? And these are old figures of 1819. Maybe much more might happen post COVID. But let us look at these companies. Now, tell me the name of the company which is of Indian origin from this list.
Nothing, sir.
None, right?
Yes.
So that's where we are. And tell me anywhere in the list among the top applicants, any academic institution is visible.
No, sir.
Nowhere. Nowhere. Somewhere we are looking some CSIR is IR we are seeing here. You can see here. This has a small. It means it is in the hands of us academicians.
Industrial research.
Yes. So it is in the hands of us academicians to change this scenario, or at least work on going on improving this scenario. And this is the scenario of academic institutions. You can look at here. What we are seeing here is IIT Mumbai, Amity. We all know that among the private universities, Amity has made a huge mark along with others like SRM and Bharat and Sastra. So why can't MVSR come here? Why can't CVR come here? Why can't Matusri come here? Why can't Srinidhi come here, or whosoever has joined? So somewhere you should also reflect here, right? So, and again, just faculty going on filing patents in their name will not make this happen. Will not make. We'll talk about that also later. This is again the first ever patent when it was given. As you can see, the first ever patent given was in the year 1449, and this was for glass making. Okay, and this was awarded by King Henry the Sixth, and it was awarded to John. And what he did was stained glass windows he prepared for Eton College. And what he had to do for that, he had to train this to the Englishmen. Now, coming to the first ever patent in India, hope this will be visible to you. This is the first ever patent in India. Not this, but are you able to see this and are you able to understand what this is? Somebody respond. Have a look at it.
Fan.
Fantastic. Can you elaborate that? What's happening like?
Hands they are moving, sir.
Yeah. So as you can see,
Out.
this is
Out.
the photo of a British era,
Yes.
and
Victorian.
yeah, and here you see the royal members or Britishers. They are sitting comfortably, and there is fan, and these are our Indians who are
Yes.
moving this fan manually, right? So
Yes, sir.
now coming to the first ever patent in India, the first ever patent in India was granted to George Alfred Deepening. So, so government of India granted him. What was the name of the patent? Was title was an efficient pankha pulling machine. An efficient pankha pulling machine. So what he did was, whatever this manual work was there, he automated that. He gave this design for that, and this was the first patent in India. Now, coming to this intellectual property in this word, this is the most important for all of us, most important word for all of us, right? Since we get our understanding of the world, materialistic world, we are pretty sure about what is this. So we know what is the meaning of property. Everybody, suppose the moment word property comes, what comes to your mind? Nak enta property undi. How much property do I have? Do I have a flat? Do I have a plot? Do I have 2 acres of land, 100 acres of land? So is it in my name, or is it my father's name, or it is my cousin's name? Or there are fights between us? So ancestral land is there. There are a lot of fights happening. So we know the importance of the property, and we also know the importance of the property should be in my name. So whatever property, the plot or a flat or a acre of a land or a hectare of a land, all that property is a physical property, right? All that property is a physical property, and all that property, if it has to be in my name, one flat is in my name, one plot is in my name, means somewhere in the register my name is mentioned that he is the rightful owner. Rajesh Kulkarni is the rightful owner of this property, and these are the boundaries of his property. To the north of this, to the south of this, to the east of this, to the south of west of this, these are the people residing, these are their plots also. Like that, you will be having the entry in your registry office, right? If you purchase some property, you go to the registration office and you do the registry. That's what is the physical property. But what we are speaking about, we are speaking about the intellectual property. We are speaking about the intellectual property. So what is intellectual property? It is not a physical property, but that also is owned by me. Okay, and that also has few boundaries, that also has some limitations. For example, patent. Suppose I claim that this patent is in my name. If I say that this patent is in my name, right? So suppose, let us say after 6 months or 1 year, this patent is granted to me. Now it means that government of India has granted me the patent for this, and it has given me the right to earn money through this patent for another 20 years. So that's what the boundary, the government has the set the boundary of my patent to 20 years, is it not? Suppose that it will be available to the common public for utilization, or you can go on extending it, whatever the new patent regime says. So that's what is your intellectual property. So if you want it to be in your name, ఈ ప్రాపర్టీ ఫిజికల్ ప్రాపర్టీ కాదు. దిస్ ప్రాపర్టీ is not a physical property, it's an intellectual property. And if it has to be in your name, then it has to be patented, or it has to be copyrighted, or it has to be trademarked, is it not? So you go for copyrights, or you go for trademarks, or if you go for patent, so there are many other options like trade secrets also, is it not? So we know that under intellectual property, you have something called a trade secret. For example, what is a trade secret? Is, say, for example, Coca-Cola is there. So Coca-Cola company produces Coca-Cola. So whatever the recipe for Coca-Cola is there, it is a trade secret. And how that trade secret is maintained, there will be a piece of paper. On that piece of paper, the recipe for Coca-Cola may be there, and that piece of paper may be kept in a locker, and that locker's entity or whatever is known to only one or two persons. That may be a trade secret. That may be a trade secret, right? So this is the nature of your intellectual property. So intellectual property is from human mind, intangible. It is not tangible, right? What is the difference between tangible and intangible? Tangible means physical, like a plot or a flat or a acre of a land. Intangible is you cannot fathom it, right? How can you fathom your mind and heart, is it not? So exclusive rights are given by the statute authorities. Okay, you have a few limitations, exceptions. They are time bound. For example, patents in India, 20 years. So territorial also. So I got a patent in India. It doesn't mean that the same patent is valid for other country also. For that, I have to do something else. And for that, you have to refer all the notes which I passed on to you in the morning. Now, why I should go for patenting, or why I should go for IP? So this is basically for socio-economic progress, to promote creativity, to promote creative activities, to grant rights, intellectual property rights, to retain or maintain the interests of the owners and the society for a particular period of time. These are few of the IP laws of India, whether it is Copyright Act or Patent Act or Design Act or Trademark Act, GI Act or Semiconductor ICs Act or Plant Varieties Act. So basically, these are the things which you can do in India. You can have a copyright, patent, design, trademark, GI. You cannot do GI, right? So geographical indication, for example, let us say tomorrow you go to Tirupati and you buy a Tirupati Laddu and you say this is my patent. You cannot do that. Tirupati Laddu patent cannot be had by any individual. It can be only by the region of Tirupati. So this is called as a geographical indication. Say for example, we Maharashtra, we speak about a lot of Paithani sarees. or Banaras people, Banarasi saris. So like that, you have Bengali or Rasgulla, or you have Odisha Rasgulla. There is a huge war. Who is the real originator of Rasgulla, whether it is Orissa or Bengal? So there is a geographical indicator for that also. Okay, what is excluded from patentability? For example, naturally occurring substances or elements. Something like which automatically grows, which automatically comes, which automatically evolves. You cannot claim that you have done it and this is your patent, right? Similarly, diagnostic, therapeutic, and surgical methods of treatment for humans and animals. Plants and animals other than microorganisms, you cannot patent them. You can have plant varieties wherein you can combine two, three plants and come out with a new plant. That can be done. You cannot, these are also excluded. Biological processes, inventions which are immoral or which are against, contrary to the public order. Ideas, methods for business, playing games, performing mental acts, these again cannot be patented. It means what? I have an idea, can I patent it? No. So what is non-patentable India? India has a very exclusive, interesting take on patents. So, contrary to all the other countries, whether it is Europe or America, in America you can patent anything. Whatever is on the earth that can be patented in America, but not that is not so in India. India being have a socialist leftist bent of mind, it has it always tries to ensure that what is harmful to the society can be excluded from being an intellectual property. So, what is non-patentable is an invention which is frivolous, uh, which is against the established natural laws, machine or whatever. It's commercial exploitation. It is used for commercial exploitation. It does prejudice to human, animal, plant life or health. So, this is not patentable. A few of the myths I want to just discuss. I discuss one myth as Edison. My myth I actually broke. I don't know whether I could break your myth, but I always felt that Edison was a single person. He could achieve success individually. That is not so. His zeal, his passion, his entrepreneurial zeal rather made this success, as well as the technical bent of mind. Now, coming to engineering colleges, right? I'll tell you one example of my college itself, uh, uh, or any college. Let's not stick to my college. Let us say uh, uh, anybody from any other college other than MVSR. You can mention your college name if you're. All of us are from MVSR.
MJ, Mufakhamja College.
सर अहमद सर नमस्ते. आपका एग्जांपल लेता हूं मैं. Let us assume that Mufakamza College there are 50 faculty, okay, in Mufakamza, and among these 50 faculty, because of pressure, all of us are having publish karo, Scopus में publish karo, SCI में publish karo, patent publish karo, copyright publish karo. So we have this peer pressure, college pressure, NAC pressure, NBA pressure, every pressure. So we start doing that also. Good, and we have started publishing. That's a good sign that made us learn about patents and copyrights and IPR basically. Otherwise, we might not have. Before 2012, I never knew what exactly was a patent or an IPR was, because at that time I got some awareness through someone. I filed my first patent by paying a huge amount of money, and that's from there my learning started. So let us say that in Mufakamza College, among 50 faculty, there may be around 15-20 faculty in whose name patents are written, patents are filed, patents are granted, and so on and so forth. Now, let us say that in NIRF ranking, when the report of NIRF comes to Mufakamza, and Mufakamza management is surprised and principal is surprised that under patents, the value is shown as zero under Mufakamza. तो मैनेजमेंट को और प्रिंसिपल को क्या लगता है, अरे मेरे कॉलेज में तो 15-20 फैकल्टी जिनके पेटेंट है, मेरे कॉलेज का एक भी एंट्री कैसे कहना है एनआईआरएफ में, मुझे कंप्लेंट करना पड़ेगा. बट नॉट, दैट्स नॉट द केस. वी नो दैट how we are filing, especially at least we private engineering college people, how we are filing the patents, we know that involves money and more money, and we are just three four colleagues from different colleges or friends. We are trying to connect with each other, trying to come out with small design and trying to share whatever the financial burden is. We are filing it. So if I am an individual and I am filing alone, college name will never be reflected. I'll try to simplify this much further. I will take the example of Apple company. Let us say Ahmed sir and Syed sir and Arun sir, they are not in Mufakamza or MVSR or CVR. They are in, say, Apple company, and they are inventors or they are working in Apple company. They are designing some new product. They are designing some new Apple related product. So who are they? They are the workers there. Who are they? They are the researchers there. Who are they? They are the designers there. Who are they? They are the inventors there. Okay. So the company Apple, once their design is ready and the testing is done, and Apple feels that this is worth, uh, it's a good product and it can be sold and so on, then Apple will be going for patenting it, right? So Apple will be who is the applicant here? Apple is the applicant here. Who is paying the fees for whatever the expenses for patents happening, whether it is filing fees, whether it is all the attorney fees, patent agent fees, everything, all the financial burden is being taken by Apple. Now that product of Apple may be getting a lot of profits in millions and billions, right? Who is taking the share of that profit? Apple company. Whether the inventor, whether the researcher, whether the worker, whether the employee there gets the benefit of that? No. What benefit he gets? In the document of the patent published or the patent granted, his name will be shown as an inventor. His name will be shown as an inventor. So that's why when a Mufakamza staff, 15-20 staff are publishing or filing or getting granted their patents, as an applicant, if the name of Mufakamza is not there, Mufakamza's in NRF or in any ranking authorities, Mufakamza's count of patents will be zero. Hope I made it pretty clear. So how do we resolve this? So can anybody help me out with this? So what is your solution to this problem?
50% share, sir.
Sir, Guru Prasanna sir, can you just say loudly?
50%, 50%, 50%
Fantastic.
share.
Of what? Spending or earning?
Spending first.
And earning?
Earning, it depends upon the market and all outside.
Okay. I'll okay. Any other take? Okay. So yes, sir, like this 50% share. Any other take on this? Okay, I'll give my take if it is okay with you, because being a consultant to many colleges for accreditation bodies, luckily, and earning some money, I came out with a policy document suggestion. I did not design the policy document. Otherwise, next day you'll ask, sir, send me that PDF. I came out with a suggestion for a policy document wherein I said that we are academic institutions, we are trusts, we are not here for gaining profit, is it not? So my patent policy for my academic institution should be like, whatever expenses are borne wherein the faculty and the students of my college, say Mufakamza, are filing the patent, that will be borne by me. What is my gain? I'll be shown as an applicant. What is my gain? In NRF, in NBA, in NAC, everywhere I'll be reflected. And I'll be shown as an applicant. And I'll be shown as an applicant. And I'll be shown as an applicant. Give me a minute, okay? See here, name of what? SRM has come, name of Amity has come. Like that, my name and visibility will be reflected everywhere and my ranking will improve. Is it not? So let us say that patent earns some money. So being a trust, being a non-profit organization, I say that nothing will be retained by me. All the earnings will be by my faculty, will be by my students. So that's a simple document wherein everybody or the authorities can sign, and whosoever is filing their patent, they can sign. So, and it worked fine with 3-4 colleges wherein I suggested this document. Again, it's totally your take, or But important thing is, unless there is a policy document, you cannot move further, or your college will not gain much. So hope I could make a point here. Yeah. So first myth I broke myself. Second myth I try to break, that is, if your college is the applicant, then only your college name will be reflected everywhere. Now, next important point is, how do I file my patent? पेटेंट फाइल कैसा करना? पेपर तो पब्लिश करना मालूम है, पेपर लिखने का, उसके बाद अच्छा जर्नल देखने का, उसमें सबमिट करने का, फिर वो रिव्यूज आते, रिव्यूज को इम्प्रूव करने का, मगर पेटेंट कैसा फाइल करने का, है ना? तो पेटेंट आप फिजिकली फाइल कर सकते हैं, आप वर्चुअली फाइल कर सकते हैं, ऑनलाइन फाइल कर सकते हैं. Okay, so you can see this Government of India's website, ipindia.gov.in. So from here you can file your patents, file your designs, file your trademarks. You cannot file GIs, places can file GIs, is it not? Yeah. Are you able to see this comprehensive e-filing? यहाँ जाने का, अगर आपको पेटेंट फाइल करना है, फिर यहाँ जाने का, ठीक है. अब यहाँ पे यूजर नेम पासवर्ड देने का, और इसमें फिर कैप्चा देने का, लॉगिन करने का. लॉगिन किए बाद फिर देयर विल बी डिफरेंट विंडोज, देयर विल बी डिफरेंट विंडोज. वो डिफरेंट विंडोज में यू हैव टू फाइल वेरियस फॉर्म्स, यू हैव टू फाइल वेरियस फॉर्म्स, like form number 1, 2, 3, 4. There are around 32 forms. For each form there will be different fees, and so on and so forth. But can I do on my own? Can I do on my own? You can do on your own. Everything you can do on your own. But I'll give an example, then you tell me. Let us say Afro sir, are you there? Or anybody? Guru Prasanna sir, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Arun sir, are you there? Or we'll go for Sayyed sir. Sayyed sir and Guru Prasanna
Yes, sir. Yes, yes, sir.
Let us say Guru Prasanna sir and Sayyed sir had a fight. Okay. Maybe that is related to property, or maybe that is related to something else. So both were very angry, and both said, I'll see you in court. Okay. So what it indicates ki Sayyed sir and Guru Prasanna sir are going to file cases against each other in the court. Their cases will be fought by the lawyers. The judgments will be given by the judges. Whatever the judgments are there, those will be typed by the employees who are there under the judges, secretaries, or whatever you call them. So there is an ecosystem who is doing what. So Sayyed sir and Prasanna sir also have to pay fees to the lawyer. लॉयर का फीस कितना रहता है? कपिल सिब्बल जैसा लॉयर या हर्ष साळवे जैसा लॉयर आवर को शायद 20 लाख 30 लाख रुपए लेता है. या फिर कोई मेरे जैसा जो समझो छोटा लॉयर है, वो शायद 1000 रुपए लेता है, 500 रुपए लेता है, 200 रुपए लेता है. सो लॉयर फीस वैरीज, बट कोर्ट फीस, नोटरी फीस वो फिक्स रहता है ना. 100 रुपीज का बॉन्ड पेपर, नोटरी का बॉन्ड पेपर, ऑल दैट, इज इट नॉट? सो लाइक दैट, जस्ट एस, बट लेट अस से इसमें बहुत खर्चा हो रहा है. सैयद सर को लगता है कि नहीं, इसमें बहुत खर्चा हो रहा है. प्रसन्न सर को भी लगता है बहुत खर्चा हो रहा है, मैं खुद ही लड़ूंगा मेरा केस. तो आपको लड़ना है तो आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा सैयद सर?
I have to prepare for everything from each and every angle.
Yeah, but basically you should be a lawyer first.
First, we should be a lawyer and we should know the rules, regulations.
Okay, so first thing, you finish your law degree.
So better to while applying any content or something, take a legal advice. So legal manner.
Who will give the legal advice? The lawyer will give the legal advice.
Yes.
Fantastic. So this is an ecosystem. This is an ecosystem, right? But you may decide that no, I want to do everything. So if you want to do everything, the journey you have to follow is like this. Sayyed sir and Prasanna sir will first finish their law. After finishing their law, there is a bench, bar bench exam, some exam. They have to clear that, and they have to apply to the bar, say Hyderabad bar or Nizamabad bar or Nanded bar or Pune bar or Bombay bar. Then they can start practicing. Then they can go for their court case. Is it not? Same is the ecosystem for IPR and patent. Yes, I have seen thousands of patents of different colleges from on their website. The documentation, the way things are written, people having even 1% of knowledge will laugh at those contents. It means what? You are urged to do everything on your own, as skilled that ecosystem as well as yourself, the quality of your, because it's a techno legal document. If you don't know it, do it. If you don't know it, don't feel ki, why do I spend? Let your college spend the money, but let all the ecosystem components take care of that. So just as lawyer is there, there is a patent agent. Just as there is a notary there, there is a imam. I think you know the digital signatures, right? So say for example here, if you want a username and a password, so for that you need a digital signature, and digital signature usually is to be bought, is it not? Some amount has to be paid, some 5,000, and there are many vendors for digital signature, but usually there is a patent agent. Say for example, I say that I am a patent agent. What it indicates, I have the right to file patents on your behalf. I am your lawyer, is it not? But how I got that right? I cleared the patent agent exam. I cleared the patent agent exam. I have not cleared, but I am giving the example. I failed by 9 marks, but I'll be trying once again next year. But what I'm trying to say is, this is what you have to do. Don't kill the ecosystem, or you can create awareness about this. You can upskill yourself, but don't kill the quality of your patent or copyright or trademark. That's what I wanted to convey. Next thing. Yeah, that's what I was saying, the patent agent and the liar. Next is why the awareness of, sorry, where did I go? Okay. Why the awareness of intellectual property rights and patents and copyrights and everything? This I think triggered for the first time in India. I remember there was always a discussion regarding neem plants and turmeric. We know that neem is so significant for us. Turmeric is so significant for us religiously also. Since our childhood, our grandmothers and mothers, they are treated us with all this. Even till now, my mother, my wife, or whosoever takes care of me, they say they make me use turmeric for various purposes. They make me use neem for various purposes, be it religious bathing or for better skin, for healing the wounds, everything, is it not? So we claim that neem, or the knowledge of neem or knowledge of turmeric's powers, it is thousands of years, everybody knows it. But we know that there was a company called as some X company in US which filed for patent for turmeric or for neem, and they got the patent, and in turn that company filed cases against Indians. Yeah, Afreen madam is there. Is she also from Mufakamza?
She is from CSC, sir.
Oh,
Afrin Sultan.
great, great, great. Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm done. The organizers, can you just take up if you're there, or if participants have few questions?